All right, so I'm making a long drive, so I figured I'd do an update, something a little more modern, right? A little more current time, because the vlogs are coming out on like a month and a half delay, right? To give me time to edit them. But also, if I upload this, it'll give me that much more time to edit. Ooh, cheat code. Uh, but yeah, modern update. Today is April 24th, and holy cow, we are about 2.5 months into a drought. We got a little bit of rain at the end of February, but they weren't very significant rains, so they weren't very helpful. And it's been dry, and we're finally seeing the effects of the drought, right? We're driving down the road and everything's like brown instead of like that nice spring green that we're usually accustomed to. You know, I keep telling customers, like, you know, this time typically of the year we can't mow because it's raining too much, and now we can't mow because things aren't growing. You know, we skipped a few yards last week, 3 to be exact, and that's the first few that we've skipped so far. So we're actually, you know, just starting to see the results of the drought. I guess that's one of the benefits of a drought in the spring. It's not going to be as immediately brutal as if like a summer drought would, you know. So yeah, we're finally skipping yards today. Just to give you an example, because the schedule has been this way for a month and a half now. So today I left at 7. I did a 10 bag mulch job. It was black mulch. While I was out, I threw the bags of mulch in the trailer. I went and did it. While I was on the way to that job, I sprayed a yard. I sprayed the yard that got the black mulch, and then I sprayed one of their neighbors who was on schedule, right? After doing those 3 sprays and putting out that mulch, I went and got, because I had the trailer with me, 3 yards of mulch. From there, the mulch yard, I put down the 3 yards of mulch. I did full hedge trimming, cleared the weeds, redefined the beds, you know, cleared out all the debris, put down the mulch. Went and sprayed another yard close by, went home and dropped the trailer off, because I don't need an empty trailer with me to make these runs. Got a little bit of snack and hydration, whatever. So now it's 6 o'clock, and I've done those 2 mulch jobs, and I'm on yard number 8 so far that I've sprayed. I'm driving to yard number 9 to fertilize, and after that we'll go do yard number 10 of residential spraying. So after that, I've got 3 city properties that I need to go spray, because we've got rain on the way. That's right, after 2.5 months of no rain, next week on the low end we're seeing about 2 inches of rain being called for over the course of 4 days, which is amazing. Normally I would be like, God, it's gonna rain all week, but I'm thrilled at the potential possibility of having to stay at home and give people credits on their next invoice for not being able to mow because it's raining. I'm actually thrilled at that thought, because it's just been that dry, right? And it's dusty, and will come out just disgusting and snotty and just messed up from the dust, right? So I'm really ready for some rain to hit. And today, all the spraying that I'm doing, we're doing a foliar feed of you know, iron, a couple little micronutrients, fulvic acid, humic acid, all of that needs water, needs to be watered in. And I kind of do my spray program a little bit more of an as needed, like what does the yard need, you know, as opposed to a one size fits all cookie cutter situation. And to give you an example of why I don't like the cookie cutter scenario is because, you know, I've gotten 3 calls in the last month about True Green coming out, and now their yards are brown or black, and basically what that's from is True Green's running their cookie cutter program, and it was 85 degrees last week, okay? And when you spray nitrogen on a bone dry yard on an 85 degree day, you're going to get a lot of browning up and discoloration, and you know they're spraying both. I had one of the customers give me their treatment log, and they're spraying iron and nitrogen at like the peak of our drought so far, the hottest week of our 2.5 months of no rain. They sprayed iron and nitrogen, which is wild to me. Like, you can do a little bit, but like they're obviously doing too much, because the yards are horrible. They look bad, and I have to tell these people, like, you know, I can't really do anything until the rain hits. So especially given the fact that they just sprayed apparently too much stuff already. Like, you know, my hands are tied. They've limited what our options are until we get some hydration on that yard. So that's why I don't like the cookie cutter stuff, because, you know, it's just you need to be able to adapt to the conditions, right? What else? I have an employee. He's been doing fantastic, really good job. You can tell, holy freaking guacamole, you can tell he knows what he's doing. Jesus H. I go through so many guys that don't even know how to hold a weed eater right, and this guy knows what he's doing. You can tell he's done it professionally before. It's been great, really super helpful. We did 100 bales of pine straw yesterday in like 4 or 5 hours. Just great help, truly. Couldn't ask for a better person as far as the experience goes, right? And the fact, and he listens, and he's teachable, right? Even though he has experience, he's not stupid cocky with it. Like, great. Now he is with me temporarily. Unfortunately, he's got some other stuff coming up that he's going to be going and doing in like July or something like that. So I get him for most of the year, as long as, you know, things work out that way. But employee's great, super happy with it. We're able to get all of our mowing done by Wednesday. Basically the way I'm running that is I'm mowing Monday all day by myself. Tuesday, I might call him in if there's something big to do, but we're pretty much working. He'll mow with me all day on Wednesday, and we'll mow whatever the Wednesday schedule is, and anything that I missed solo on Monday and Tuesday, we'll mow on Wednesday together. And then Thursday morning, we finish up any stragglers on mowing, and we do whatever landscaping work we have. Friday, I go back solo and do the rest of the landscape work and spraying. And I've really enjoyed that schedule so far. It's working out great. Like I say, today's Friday, and I did 2 little mulch jobs, and I'm driving to yard number 8 for treatment. It's great, and I don't have a lawn in the back of my head that I'm like, oh, do I need to go mow? Or do I need to go get that? You know, I don't have that. And a big contributing factor to that is that I'm not mowing. We had the warehouses drop off and 2 lawns that were basically taking me 3 hours to mow. I don't have those anymore. So I literally have, because the warehouses took me about 3 hours, and then 2 other lawns took me about 3 hours. So I literally have an entire day worth of time left. It was an adjustment, for sure an adjustment, because I'm so used to working until sunset, like 6 days a week. But now I'm only working to sunset about 3 days a week. You know, so I'll do like Monday till sunset. Tuesday, like, is iffy, because like this last Tuesday I got home at 4, which is great. Wednesday we got done at 5 together. We did 14 yards. Last week we did 11. This week on Wednesday we got done at 4. Thursday, yesterday, we got done at, I took him home at 4, dropped him off. So we were done at 4. And then today I'm working to sunset. So, like I say, a lot more time. I'm not out until sunset. I'm not stressed to the max, worried about mowing this acreage alone, or even with help. It was taking forever. But much better schedule. I have to remind myself that those lawns were kind of the reason I was so busy and hectic, because I have an issue mentally where in my brain, if I'm not out working doing something, I feel, and this sounds a little dramatic, but I feel like the failure is coming, right? Because I'm not working, I'm not doing anything. But then you look at the numbers coming in and it's like, no, you're doing plenty. You're doing just fine. And even with adding the new service and picking up all the yards picked up with it, you're still getting home to be with the family. Like I have to remind myself constantly that, like, I've totally flip-flopped and rearranged my schedule. So part of the anxiety I feel is I broke my comfort zone this year, and I broke my repetitive robotic cycle, because a lot of these, the last 8 years I've run the exact same schedule to the T, and I'm not doing it for the first time in almost a decade, right? So it just messes with my brain a little bit, but it's okay. I sit down every once in a while and I look over things and I'm like, oh, you know what? It's not all that bad. What else do we got? I think that's about it. It's been a great year. Just spraying lawns and mowing yards, and pretty much everything that I lost in terms of those big yards, we've already replaced with smaller, more profitable yards, and that's all you need, really. We're running both trucks pretty regularly. Like this Monday, I ran the small Dodge with the mow and go ramp all day, and I got 11 yards alone. And they're not just the small cookie cutters. I'm mowing everything with the 48 on the mow and go that Monday. And Wednesday we ran the mow and go all day. Tuesday I ran the truck and trailer to get my big properties cut. So it's working out. I'm really liking it. I've definitely made the decision though that next year, if we can swing it, I really want to probably trade in both trucks and buy like a 3500 with a dovetail landscape bed and immediately wrap it, because I love the mow and go ramp so much on the Dodge, and it's so nice on the Dodge, that I was thinking about it and I was like, imagine if I could put a 52 or a 60-inch mower on that, and that's achievable with a 3500 HD whatever Chevy or Ford, with a 14-ish foot landscape bed. I'm talking next year. I'm kind of feeling like I want to go all out with it. Something that is, again, outside of my comfort zone as far as the monetary side of it, but again, we're more profitable this year, and it's just, like I say, it's just such a different year, and I'm breaking my little cozy comfort zone, and I'm changing things up. There's a lot of anxiety in there, obviously, with that much change, but I was so bored doing the same exact thing every single week for the last 8 years that the change is I can tell it's better, right? I can tell we're doing better, and that's all I wanted going into this year, man. So there's your current update. The vlogs are still going to come out. You're going to see a lot of this stuff. You know, I did get a new mower. I got a new sprayer, Pathfinder. Like I say, you're going to see all this stuff coming out in the next month or two. It's been a fun year, been an interesting year, and I am at my next yard to fertilize, and I gotta quit yapping.